What is up, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and today's video is going to be a little different. As you can tell, Canadian Yorker is actually with me this time instead of online. We're actually out of town right now together. We're attending some days in Boston, so we decided to do this broadcast real quick. So it's pretty nice. We are recapping the Monday Night Raw that took place on March 18th. 2024, so it was 2 days ago, took place in North Carolina, and it was a great Monday Night Raw. If you guys haven't seen it, I was live streaming the Monday Night Raw a couple of days ago with a good buddy of mine, Joey, so we actually recorded for 3.5 hours showing our reaction to Monday Night Raw, so I pretty much know what has happened. He caught the stream as well, like at the last match. But how are you feeling today? How are you doing?
I'm doing great today.
Yeah, we're in Boston here.
Yeah, good to be out here.
So I am recording on an iPhone, so it's kind of bad, but I apologize. It's like I have a laptop, but the speaker and audio won't work if I did it on my computer. But yeah, let's get started. So now he knows how I do the broadcast. I read from the website. So now you have the script in front of you. Maybe you can start off. So the first segment was obviously main event Jey Uso, and he has the segment with his brother Jimmy Uso. So if you guys don't know, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso will be facing off against each other at WrestleMania. For the third time, it's going to be brother versus brother. It brings back to me through the Hardy days at WrestleMania. And then Jey Uso and Jimmy, Solo Sikoa came out with Jimmy Uso, of course, and they just talked about, Jey Uso wants him to break the relationship with Roman and says, come back to me, and said, I miss you. But Jimmy Uso's just an asshole and say that, I got you. And basically, they just start talking, and then out of nowhere, Jey Uso said, I'm going to eat the ass out of you, and then punches Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso with a super kick. Solo gets involved, and Jey Uso on a 2-on-1 situation, and then Cody Rhodes comes out and saves them. Pretty much ending the opening segment. So that's about it. So what are your thoughts on this opening segment between Jimmy Uso and Jey? Obviously, I knew it was going to come. They actually come face to face and confront each other instead of Jimmy being the coward and costing Jey the match and attacking him from behind. So what are your thoughts on this segment?
Jimmy Uso has cost Jey Uso two world championship opportunities. The first one, it was against Roman. He betrayed him. I thought he was going to be there with him fighting for the tribal chief, the reign of the world tribal chief, and also the world heavyweight championship. And then Jimmy betrays, he gets in Jimmy's way again when he faces Gunther. And this is the second time, he did that. It's good to see that these guys, their story is coming full circle. We still don't know, as we were discussing on our way here, Jeff, that we still don't know the reason why Jimmy did what he did. We understand Jimmy did what he did because he wanted to get in the good graces of Roman. But I feel like there's a deeper reason why Jimmy did what he did. So this has been one of the most talked about matches in WrestleMania. So we don't know what's going to happen going forward. So I like how this is developing and it's coming full circle. We're going to see the end. We're not going to see the end of this, but we're going to see how things turn out at WrestleMania, and this is going to be really exciting.
All right, so moving on to the first match of the Monday Night Raw, we got a WWE Unified Tag Team Championship qualifying match. So the winner of this match will go on to WrestleMania. We got DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa, and we got the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius Creed. Those two teams are great friends backstage, but it's every team for themselves. This was a great match. It went back and forth. Me and Joey were reacting to this match, and oh my God, it was a great match. I just love the Creed brothers. There's athleticism and I think it's Brutus or Julius Creed's strengths. Like I think at one point Julius was able to put a crossface or a submission hold and do a one-handed powerbomb at the same time. So the one-handed powerbomb, it just was insane. They both lifted the DIY guys at one point. The strength, man. I thought the Creed brothers were actually going to win this. DIY putting up a fight, but at the end, it was actually, no one actually won with their finisher. It was like, it was a victory roll-up pin by Thomas Simpa and Julius Creed. It was like super kick after super kick until DIY was able to get the victory roll over the Creed brothers. It was a great match. It was awesome. The respect after the match and at the beginning of the match shows, like I said, the friendship that they had. DIY defeats the Creed brothers, so that is official. The DIY has qualified for the ladder match at WrestleMania. What a match! So, what are your thoughts on this match?
I mean, it could have gone either way. The Creed brothers were close. They came pretty close to beating Judgment Day last time they faced them. It's going to be good to see these guys face off against Judgment Day. And I think they qualified for that six-man tag team ladder match, right?
DIY, yeah, they're the first team to qualify. It's interesting because Friday Night SmackDown has some qualifying matches, but it's a tournament, unlike just what we saw at Raw. It's like Raw, you win a match, you're automatically in, but in the SmackDown, there's a tournament. So there's like two winners they're gonna face, and I guess it's kind of like a gauntlet tournament. But it's interesting that Raw there's no tournament, so.
Yeah, well, hopefully you might see something interesting like that in the future. So.
Yeah, so
maybe the Creed brothers could still qualify for it. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the next match, we got a Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell versus Kayden Chance and Kayden Carter. This match was pretty short. It went back and forth until I believe it was Chance. Yeah, Chance had issues with her leg. She kind of had a bad landing on her leg, and the referee almost was going to stop the match. Indi Hartwell just stayed back, and Candice Chance was hurting in the leg. I was like, ooh, it doesn't look good. But Candice LeRae, after the shit that she said to Maxine, she just out of nowhere, she's just like taking it like just out of control. Candice LeRae is out of control. The fact that she was dealing with the injury, Candice was like, fuck that, I'm just going to break her leg. So she wins, she gets the submission, torn in half crab, forcing Chance to tap out. And Indi Hartwell is like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, Candice LeRae is labeled as a tweeter right now, but she's going to turn heel after she's a tweeter. So Candice LeRae and Indi Hartwell wins by submission. Once again, thanks to the fucking disrespectful Candice LeRae with the submission hold on the injured leg of Kayden Chance. What are your thoughts on this?
It's unfortunate. I do like Chance and Carter. I hope Chance gets better. I hope they get the revenge over Indi Hartwell and Candice LeRae. It's unfortunate that happens because they were really good champions, but unfortunately they're injured, they're riddled by injuries. And that's just the unfortunate thing that happens in WWE. A number of wrestlers have been falling to that. So.
Yeah. All right. So you watched the Cody Rhodes segment with Paul Heyman, right?
I did. Yes.
All right. So it's a little different now because usually I do the what has happened, but since we're together and we're seeing the script. You can take over if you want to talk about the Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman.
So Cody made his response to The Rock on SmackDown. The Rock made some comments and said some things that he's going to beat Cody Rhodes. Actually, on social media,
yeah, he had
The Rock said he was going to whip Cody Rhodes and give his bloody, sweaty belt to his mother, and said that this is what he's going to get at WrestleMania. And he mentioned, and then on SmackDown, he mentioned Cody's mom's by name, and also said that this is what he repeated it again, so Cody's going to get this. This is what Cody's going to win at WrestleMania, and then that was just a low blow for The Rock to go that way. Talk about this was sort of like something from your mama jokes. You remember those your mama jokes from the past? You said that your mama's so fat, she looks like a big fat red tomato, and then somebody responds with that in kind. But Cody did not respond on Raw to The Rock. Cody did respond in kind because Cody said that, well, Cody knows The Rock's mom, but Cody didn't insult The Rock's mom. Cody said that Cody said that The Rock is he's a jackass. He's
Little Dick syndrome.
Yeah, he's basically somebody that is random spam. Sorry about that. So he basically made his points. He said that The Rock is a horrible person. The Rock is he should have he's a pushover.
He's basically Roman's sidekick,
He's Roman's sidekick. Yeah.
And then to continue, he gets interrupted by Paul Heyman, and you know what happened? Paul Heyman bringing along some NYPD friends, and Cody Rhodes beating the shit out of them. He said he apologized to Cody. He said that, this Friday it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman said that, show up alone, and then the Tribal Chief is going to come alone. But I feel like that's not going to be true. I feel like Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa and The Rock are going to show up. So that's why after the segment, Seth Rollins contacted Cody and face to face, and then Jey Uso wanted to tag along just in case. He's like, the Bloodline, they're not going to come alone. They're going to have numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if Cody plans on going alone, but Jey Uso and Seth Rollins secretly goes and backs him up. But Cody suffers the consequences, and then maybe, I don't know. But we have to see what happens.
Maybe Roman keeps his word. Maybe he does keep his word. I think Roman might keep his word. He might show up alone. He might not get anything this time, or we might not see Cody get jumped at on SmackDown this Friday. It might not happen this Friday. It might happen the next Friday after. You never know. Maybe Roman has something he wants to tell Cody one-on-one as a man of his word. I'd like to see what happens.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next match. We got Ricochet versus Dominik Mysterio. This was I don't know why Dominik Mysterio 619 is so weak. We talked about the 619 being weak, but because this match, because apparently JD McDonough, girl said, is butthurt that he lost to Ricochet, and earlier Mommy said that, you're gonna, Dominik, my dum-dum's going to handle Ricochet. Yeah, how did that turn out? It went back and forth. It seems like Dominik, obviously because JD McDonough runs interference, Dominik Mysterio takes advantage in this match. But obviously, I haven't seen Ricochet wrestle in so long since the Gauntlet match, so it's good to see Ricochet back to the wrestling ring. Welcome back. I don't know where you've been, but for the first time I have seen him, he was in the Gauntlet match where he lost, but now he's wrestling now. I guess he's a part-timer now, so it's good to see Ricochet back. But it went back and forth. Dominik tried to hit the 619, but it didn't go well. And then basically Ricochet sets Dominik out, and then Ricochet was able to hit a recoil move. Ricochet defeats Dominik Mysterio. Beating Dominik is always fun. What are your thoughts on this match?
I think it's great that Dominik's really a little rusty since he got married. He got married recently, so
yeah,
he's definitely been feeling a little rusty, coming off of that honeymoon that he was in. Anyway, Dominik is doing what Dominik does. Ricochet, it's great to see Ricochet pick up 2 wins already, and it's been great to see him improve. He has been out of action. I think it's because due to injury, he got injured, so that's why you haven't seen him since the Gauntlet match. But for the most part, Ricochet needs a push, man. I don't understand. This man needs a push. He's a really good high flyer. He knows how to do his lands. He needs some wins. He needs some championships. We need to see him go and win some championships, and see him improve himself as a wrestler. So that was good for him to pick up a couple of wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, we got Sami Zayn and Gunther in a contract signing. But in this Raw, the tension between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn chats with Chad Gable, and then he's like, "Oh, there's clearly something wrong with Chad." Chad said that he wanted this win more than Sami Zayn, which people probably agree. Like last week said, "Oh, Chad Gable got robbed. Oh, Sami can't beat Gunther." And the thing is, Chad Gable called Sami out, and they kind of got into a somewhat argument. And Chad Gable said that, "Oh, you can't beat Gunther," which is chilling. Which people probably agree. I don't even know if Sami could beat Gunther. But Gunther and Sami Zayn in the contract signing, Sami Zayn talks about how he ended the Usos streak and he's going to do it to Gunther. Gunther said he should listen to Chad Gable because no one thinks that Sami can win. Surprisingly, this was a respectable contract signing. There was no people flipping tables, and I just feel like it's just two wrestlers respecting to each other. It's got to be I feel like maybe Chad Gable and Gunther respect each other. They gave respect to each other until Gunther made fun of Chad Gable's daughter and family. So that happened before, and then I just feel like Gunther's a respectful champion. People hate him, but every time it's a contract signing with Gunther, it doesn't go into the brawl. So I think it's a respectful showing to Gunther and whoever the challenger is. But I think it's just trash talking with Gunther. And then basically when Gunther was leaving, Sami Zayn got into his face and was like, "Come on, swing at each other." And he said that, "Look in my eyes. Does it look like I'm serious when I can't beat you?" Basically ending the segment. So what are your thoughts on Sami Zayn versus Gunther in this contract signing?
I believe Sami Zayn is a multiple-time Intercontinental champion. So he's won it before. We've seen him win it before. Chad Gable is the true heir to the Intercontinental title right here. I believe Chad Gable does have a point that Sami Zayn has never faced somebody like Gunther. He's faced Roman Reigns, but Gunther is a different person. He's a different type of person. We've seen him wrestle in his matches. He's very technical. That man, he knows how, if he sees an opportunity, he will take advantage of it. He can either choke you out, he can make you tap out, he can power bomb you, he can punish you. He punishes you in so many other different ways rather than Roman Reigns does. Roman Reigns, he just does his Superman punch and he can power bomb and spear you. But Gunther, he does it. He's a little bit different. He's more technical with his ways. Sami Zayn will definitely have a hard. He can't just beat Gunther on raw emotion. That's going to be a tough one for Sami. We thought The Miz would actually have a chance against Gunther. Well, The Miz was not successful, even though The Miz is the multiple-time Intercontinental champion. I definitely believe that Chad Gable is the guy to beat Gunther because he knows Gunther in and out. He did beat Gunther fair and square. Gunther going after Chad Gable's family, that's just a low blow right there. Would Chad Gable turn heel on Sami Zayn for taking his spot? I don't know, but that may remain to see in the future. But I definitely would like to see Alpha. It has to be Alpha Academy and Chad Gable against Imperium. It has to be that. And Sami Zayn needs to go back. He needs to help Cody Rhodes finish his story. That's what he needs to do. Sami Zayn needs to help Cody Rhodes. He's the missing piece. Why is Seth Rollins there? We don't need Seth Rollins part of helping Cody right here. Sami Zayn needs to be helping Cody.
All right. So, and we talked about this before. I mentioned it on stream a couple of days ago when I was doing it with my friend Joey. That there might be a chance that it might be a triple threat match. Chad Gable might find a way to sneak into this match. He was dressed up nicely when he was confronting Sami Zayn. There's a chance that he might have went into Adam Pearce's office, talked with the general manager to see something. They might do Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn. If Chad Gable wins, he gets added to the match. There might be something like that. But it's gonna be an interesting storyline with the whole Chad Gable trying to enter with the Intercontinental Championship picture. But we have to see what happens. That'd be a banger of a match if it was a triple threat. Gunther, Chad Gable, and Sammy. Wow. But moving on, we got another qualifying match for the ladder match at WrestleMania. We got Awesome Truth, R-Truth in the Miz versus In the Share, which led by Jinder Mahal. Yeah, this was a hilarious match. R-Truth doing his thing. R-Truth honoring his childhood hero. I can't believe he even said that John Cena is his childhood hero. The fact that R-Truth is younger than John Cena, I don't even know. This was actually a funny match. R-Truth, was scared of the one guy, and R-Truth decided to start the match, and then the guy was like in his face, like, "Rah!" And then he was like, "Oh God!" And then he just went to the Miz and tagged Miz instead. And then, R-Truth was able to hit a You Can't See Me 5-knuckle shuffle. He wasn't able to hit the FU. That would have been impressive if he was able to hit the FU. He almost hit the FTF submission hold. The Miz sent him back in the floor. R-Truth got knocked out and literally falls on Mahana. And R-Truth didn't know that he got the pin. And he was like, what? We won? Wow. So Awesome Truth wins in a bizarre way. I wouldn't say bizarre, but funny way, defeating Jinder Mahal's boys. So it's official. R-Truth and Miz are going to be in the ladder match. And I'm going to tell you, R-Truth is probably going to end up pinning someone for the funds. So. What are your thoughts?
It's funny to see R-Truth and the Miz back in action. Honestly, I'd love to see R-Truth more with the Judgment Day. It makes if they actually embraced him into the fold, if they actually embraced, because R-Truth is helping them sell things. R-Truth was being an advocate for them. It would have been great to see them with R-Truth because he gave them more variety, more vitality. He gave them a lot more life, and because they were getting a little stale. But they kicked him out. They didn't want him there. That's unfortunate. But it would have been really nice to see R-Truth with the Judgment Day a little bit more. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. It's a great pickup win for R-Truth and the Miz, and it's good to see them move on to become qualifiers in the 6-man tag team. So we can't wait to see who else is going to be joining in, and seeing who continues to challenge the Judgment Day.
All right, moving on. We got Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, and I can tell you, this rivalry between Seth and Drew is on another level. I love the promos they do every night. I think they have done, every single week they have done a promo, but this time it gets intenser and intenser. Drew McIntyre comes out, but then he kind of Seth Rollins interrupts Drew entrances, which is funny because LA Knight did the same thing to Roman. LA Knight interrupted Roman's entrance, kind of like Seth interrupted Drew. Not a lot to talk about. They just said that, Drew said that, Seth needs to take it seriously. Seth Rollins fooling around saying that he's a spotlight junkie or whatever it's called, which is funny. And basically, Drew McIntyre said that, he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And basically, I'm surprised those two haven't brawled yet. I mean, they have brawled before, but I just feel like they just have respect to each other when WrestleMania comes. But it seems like they hate each other. Seth Rollins said he hates Drew. Drew says he hates Seth, whatever. But I'm not going to talk too much about this segment. Before we go into the next match, any thoughts on the segment between Drew and Seth?
I hope Drew McIntyre delivers on his word and wins that World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, because Seth Rollins needs a break from that. He seriously needs a break, and he needs to win it. So hopefully that happens.
Yeah, and he was dripping too. He was awesome with his drip. Next, we got a third and final qualifying tag team champion qualifying match. Well, not the final one, but the final one for Monday Night Raw. We got Alpha Academy, Tozawa and Otis versus New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. The reaction stream was hilarious for this match because you all know our friend Joey hates Otis. He was like, didn't want to look at all. So he was like disgusted. He was like, "Why, Otis?" Otis was dancing. He was like pissed off. Our friend Joey was pissed off. Otis hit the caterpillar. I have that shirt. I should have worn it. I love when Otis wears the caterpillar, does the caterpillar. It was a great match. I actually saw at one point Alpha Academy. Tozawa actually put up a fight. Obviously, you know the history between Alpha Academy and New Day. You know the friendship there. You know the backstage segments of saying that, oh, Tozawa, that's nasty, you know, and you know the history. It went back and forth. It was back and forth, and Tozawa, of course, was the one that got pinned because Otis got his butt kicked outside the ring and couldn't do anything. They were able to hit Tozawa with the limited breaker from Xavier Woods. The New Day defeats Alpha Academy by pinfall. New Day qualified for the ladder match, so it's stacked. You got DIY, you got R-Truth in the Miz, and now you got New Day, and then you got Judgment Day. There's 2 spots left, so it's going to be a banger of a ladder match at WrestleMania. So New Day defeats Alpha Academy. What are your thoughts?
It's good. It's interesting. You have 3 guys. You have 3 teams that are all good friends. R-Truth and the Miz, New Day, DIY. They're all pretty good friends, but they all have to beat each other out to determine who's the champion. Of course, they're all going to be gunning for the New Day. The Judgment Day. So, yeah, it is a pretty stacked tag team tournament so far. So we can't wait to see how things are going to continue, and all the best to them.
All right. So moving on to the main event. This was a great match. Me and Joey's reaction was awesome. You know, we were mind blown, but the fact that Joey hates both Becky and Nia Jax, and I don't know how he felt, but he had some really good reactions. He saw some of the match. I already know he was cheering for Becky Lynch. This last women's standing match was awesome, and I caught it too. I said it too on stream before the match started. It's like, oh, Nia Jax is going to dominate Becky Lynch for a bit, and that's exactly what happened. Nia Jax is dangerous. At one point, Becky Lynch was out. Nia Jax with the Samoan drop to Becky Lynch through a table. At one point, it was on a bunch of steel chairs as well. And then after the Samoan drop through the table, Nia Jax with the finisher on Becky Lynch is like, oh my God, doesn't look good for Becky Lynch. And what's up with Becky Lynch and Nia Jax struggling to set up the table? Like, that was funny to watch. But that was funny. At one point, Nia Jax put the chair over Becky Lynch and sat on the chair, making sure that Becky Lynch doesn't get up, which is a good strategy in my own thought. And then Becky Lynch started beating Nia Jax with kendo sticks, which you probably enjoyed. But yeah, it went back and forth after Becky Lynch surprisingly got up on her feet on the count of 9. Nia Jax tried to do a Samoan drop again through the table on Becky Lynch. But Becky Lynch countered with a manhandle slam on Becky through the table, which was mind-blowing. It was like, oh, that's got to be it. But no, Nia Jax was able to beat the count. But Becky Lynch was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it again. Excuse me. With a ladder set up, Becky went to the top, waited for Nia Jax to struggle on the announce table, hits the leg drop on Nia Jax, mind-blowing. And Becky Lynch just barely made it, beating Nia Jax. Becky Lynch wins this huge last woman standing match over Nia Jax. And right after, she gets confronted by Rhea Ripley, who gets in her face. I was calling it. I wanted them to brawl, but that ended the show. So that's the end of the show. What are your thoughts on this Becky Lynch and Nia Jax last woman standing match?
So Nia Jax and Becky Lynch are even now, I believe. They're even because Nia Jax has beaten Becky Lynch more than once, I believe, but now she finally has a win.
That was Becky Lynch's first win over Nia Jax.
That was her first win, so I'm pretty sure it was personal for her. So she actually was happy that she won over Nia Jax, because Nia Jax was whooping her butt, from time to time, And she actually has the advantage because she actually can use weapons, but for her to actually beat Nia Jax without weapons is tougher. I mean, Rhea Ripley was able to beat Nia Jax fair and square without any weapons whatsoever.
I mean, it was a one-on-one match.
Yeah, it was one-on-one too. That's quite impressive for Rhea Ripley to do it, and for Nia Jax also to get that hard-fought win was also impressive too. Like I said, Nia Jax like if Nia Jax is not, and she's a really, really tough opponent to beat, but she's not, impossible to beat. And so it's great that Becky Lynch was able to pick up that win against Nia Jax. And Nia Jax actually almost had her number, almost had her number more than once, but it was really good that she was able to turn the tables around and use what she had to her advantage and get the win. It's a great pickup win for her. And I don't think we're going to see an end to this rivalry between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. We're not going to see an end to this. It's going to be
Nia Jax still wants Rhea Ripley.
She still wants Rhea Ripley. Yeah, this is not going to be. We're going to see more of this occur. Probably see more of this occur after WrestleMania is over. So this is not. I mean, her, Liv Morgan, and Nia Jax, her, Liv Morgan, Becky. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the end of it.
All right, so that would do it for the Monday Night Raw. In terms of grading, this was a great show. A lot of great qualifying matches for the ladder match. Becky Lynch and Nia Jax had to be the match of the night of the Raw. It was great. Obviously, I give this show just a plain A. How about you?
I would give it an A also. It was good.
All right, so that would do it for our Monday Night Raw broadcast. My name is Brutus Steele, this is Canadian Yorker, and if you guys haven't done so, check out our WWE Wrestling Bros Wrestling channel. If you guys haven't done so, subscribe. If you guys haven't liked, subscribe to this channel, Brutus Steele, be sure to do so, and check out my friend Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel as well, all the YouTube link will be in the description. But anyways, we're here in Boston. We're going to enjoy ourselves. A bit of a different broadcast today. We're actually face-to-face in Boston, so it's going to be fun. So we'll probably see you in the next broadcast, which is probably going to be Sunday night. So, and the following week is going to be WrestleMania season. So WrestleMania is in a couple of weeks, so we're probably going to put out a WrestleMania prediction. I can't wait. There's so many great matches. It's going to be probably the best. I'd say it's probably going to be the best WrestleMania we have ever seen. So far, there's going to be some great matches. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. My name is Brutus Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. We are out. Enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you later.
See you later.